Ryan Cabrera, Wake Up Beautiful. And for this one, I'm going to have none other than Dakota Bush help me out. Dakota Bush, are you ready for this one?
I am so ready. You have no idea.
Are you sure?
I'm on the edge of my chair. America! Ha!
Well then, Ryan Cabrera is a singer-songwriter, pop artist from Dallas, Texas, made a debut at the tender age of 18 in 2001, but didn't really strike gold until a couple years later with his hit song On the Way Down. Became kind of a new heartthrob amongst the teeny boppers, and also was in the public eye more and gained a little bit of more notoriety due to his relationship with his contemporary Ashley Simpson. Throwback! His next album, You Stand Watching, spawned a couple of minor singles off of it. To me, this is the opus magnum in Ryan's catalog. It's the most enjoyable and most sincere album out of anything, although I think his greatest accomplishment overall is somehow being able to have a relationship with Audrina Partridge. God bless you, sir.
She is one hot mama. I would braid her armpit hair. Just as an excuse to get close to her.
You know, I probably would too. Anyway, however, Ryan has taken a bit of a hiatus from his music since his last album in 2008. He's always been someone that I've enjoyed ever since discovering him in 2009, kind of when his 15 minutes were up. But I've always thought there was a big appeal to Ryan and never understood why he didn't get as much shine as he did back about a decade ago. But anyway, we're going to talk about his new EP. This is his first release in 7 years, and this is his. He's the first artist signed to this label that it's on, Dynamite Music. But is the EP itself dynamite? Well, the album starts off with this really upbeat piece of dance indie pop called House on Fire, which is the main single that's really being pushed right now, especially since he's on this tour with Secondhand Serenade, the radio revival tour. But it's loud, and it is a in-your-face kind of statement. Just a feel-good pop song. As far as it goes for thought-provoking, is it deep? It's pretty much run-of-the-mill, a pop song about just how the outsiders and the outcast and the quirky ones are the ones that the one that burn brighter than a house on fire, and the ones that shine, and let's just all be ourselves and keep doing what we do. It's a nice song. It's very punchy. A lot of nice little synth melodies in there, catchy and upbeat. Bubblegummy somewhat. And I think this is a song that would go over well like at a school dance, or a good song to play when you're just riding with your friends with the top down. It probably would do well on a pop station if it was given the proper chance. From this song, it goes into the track Sing Along, which is just pretty much unappealing from the word go. Ryan formulates some sort of mesh of an Irish drinking thing with a sea shanty, and it just is a dud and a failure of a song, really. Mostly due to just the lyrical content, talking about we get drunk because we get high and we get low in our lives, and let's all just sing along and drink. I don't know. This song pretty much just falls flat on its face from the moment the gun is fired, especially as soon as the unanimous chanting and the pirate Jolly Roger accordion and the Celtic flute all kick in. And it sounds like I'm being hard on this song, unnecessarily hard on it, but only because I hold Ryan to a higher standard than this. I expect so much better out of him than this song here. And the moment that I'm ready to take this CD out of my car and throw it out the door and then practice it with, using it for skeet shooting, he pulls me back in with the third song on here, Forgot How to Fly. This is the first moment on the EP where we have any sort of recognizable Ryan Cabrera sound. Forgot How to Fly is just such a sweet, glossy, and catchy song. It has all the Ryan Cabrera criteria, such as the sweetly plucked strings, the breathy and sincere vocal delivery, the pleading tone in which he sings, almost kind of giving you a slight feeling of all is lost, with a little bit of angst kind of thrown in there. And it's just, oh my gosh, this song. And an interesting portrait that he paints, talking about that moment when you break up with someone that you thought it was going to last forever with, comparing himself to a bird who now has nowhere to land, and dark lines just filling in his face, really helping people relive that moment of when they had a really bad breakup, and by the end of the day of the breakup, you already felt like your life was over. This is the best song on the EP, hands down. One of the best songs I've heard Ryan ever write and execute, and one of the better breakup songs I've heard in quite a long time. Do you know how much I enjoy this song, Dakota Bush?
Tell me how much I'm equivocating of your knowledge.
Well, I'm going to tell you, good sir. If this song were on a USB flash drive, and I dropped it in that blue Nutty Professor juice that Eddie Murphy had in the movie, and the MP3 file somehow turned into a person, I would marry that person and want to have many children with them.
Wow, that is 2 Chainz different.
It is. I pride myself on being 2 Chainz different. From Forget How to Fly, we go into the song All We Need, which is kind of a nice mid-tempo, dreamy song. There's some dreamy chords in there, and some very lush choice of synth to carry out the melody on this thing. It's a very, it sounds like a song that would be played during a montage in a romance movie, a nice song that you can just kind of stargaze to on a summer night. Very pretty, very lush, and the album closes out with a song that actually dropped on iTunes a few years ago as just a single, All We Need, which is a little bit more of a punchier, up-tempo song. Takes a more outward look at relationships and how love can just change your life. Absolutely change your life and bring you from the bottom to being on top of the world. It's a little bit new wavy influenced, kind of with some warbling pads underneath there and more dance music kicks, EDM kicks, as opposed to a acoustic bass drum. But overall, pleasant and feel good closing to this whole EP. So while this wasn't, the best thing in Ryan's catalog, especially with the second track that is just a very horrible indie impression of Dropkick Murphys or something, I think it was a decent return. I've learned that this is going to precede a full-length album that is supposed to drop later this year, and I can only hope that the album contains more moments like Forgot How to Fly and All We Need and House on Fire, as opposed to the second track on this album that made me just want to put fish hooks in every orifice of myself. That's the only way I can describe how much I didn't like it. I think I couldn't sleep with a clear conscience if I rated this thing with more than a 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's just how it is. Hopefully the album will come out later this year before I leave on my mission, and I'll review it as well. If there's anything else you want me to review, Dakota Bush, anything else you want me to review?
I think you should review chocolate.
Like the band Hot Chocolate, or
no, just the food chocolate. It's Pennsylvania's best kept secret. So I've been told.
Right. Anyway, stay tuned. Watch other reviews on the channel. Thank you guys for listening, and hopefully you can wake up beautiful.